Well, happy 2022. Isn't that amazing? 2022, we're here. I hope you're having a good beginning of the year. Um, is it really that altering, shifting to go from one year to the next? It is just a time shift. It is just another day, but it is a shift nonetheless. A shift in our mindsets, is a shift in the way we're doing things. Hopefully, you took my advice back in November and began thinking about what that shift was going to look like for you. You can't just pop up today and say, oh, now I'm going to do something new. If that is you, hopefully you're using the beginning of this year to make those changes or at least map out your plan. I'm a very firm believer that anything is possible. I study all kinds of stuff, science fiction, inventors, anything at dreamers. All kinds of dreams are possible, but it takes planning, it takes preparation, it takes strategy, and it takes finances. So I hope that whatever it is you're wanting to be, that you are putting those plans in motion. And that's what I want to just talk about for a few seconds. What is it that you want to be? I've been told all my life that, you need to stick to one thing, or what is the one thing that you do well? The one thing that I do well is help other people recognize their purpose and to think about purpose. What is my purpose? My purpose in life is to bring joy, to be compassionate, and to see people the way God sees them. God shows me people how He intended them to be. And I speak to that no matter what I see with my own two eyes, no matter what I hear, no matter where a person is in the moment. I stick to what I see and I keep speaking to that thing until it comes to pass. To me, speak those things as though they were. That's what that scripture means to me and people. And as far as for myself, I don't believe that I have to be just one thing. I have spent a great deal of my life doing all kinds of things for other people, for school systems, pageants, coaching, step teams, dance lines, cheerleading, student government, pep rallies, you name it. I've done it for somebody else. And I am determined to use that same ingenuity, that same creative mindset, that same perseverance for myself. So I'm going to do it all. I'm not going to subscribe. I refuse to subscribe to the principle that I have to be one thing. I can be a mother and I can work. I can be an author and help someone else write. I can own a business and work a job. I can be a preacher and still have a personality. I can do all of those things. Maybe not all at one time. There is balance. But you can be anything you want to be. What is it that you want? But more importantly, what is it that's holding you back from what you want? Is it your gender? Is it your race? Is it your age? Is somebody else telling you what you cannot be? If that's the case, here's my question. Why are you allowing that? Why are you allowing a spouse, a parent, a boss, a relationship, a coworker, an acquaintance, a pastor, the world to tell you who you are? There's only one person that can speak to who you are, and that's your Creator. God made us for a purpose. With every problem God sees in the earth, He solved that problem with the birth of a person. What were you born to do? I know what I was born to do. That is to encourage and lift up those around me. And I think that it brings me joy. That's how I know it's my purpose. How do you know what your purpose is? What would you get up and do every single day for free? You don't have to pay me to be encouraging. You don't have to pay me to be supportive. You don't have to pay me to love on the people that are around me. That's what I was created for. And it makes me happy to see the things that I see in other people come to pass, to see them walk in that direction, not in the direction I think they should, but when I see what's deep in them and what's their possible, what the possibilities for them are, and I see my former students walk those things out, it brings me great joy in my friends, in my acquaintances, and those close around me. And now for myself. I just started a business. I actually started it about a month and a half ago. I just kind of went public with it. And, I had someone say to me, well, you might need to separate these things. You don't want people to get confused with the fact that you're an author and that you're a preacher and now you're starting a consignment business. That might get confusing. And I understand the logic in that. And I understand setting those things apart, but they're all a part of me. All of that is about life transformation. All of that is about the journey that I've taken in shifting my life after being in a bad marriage. I found myself in a place where I actually had to file for bankruptcy. I actually had to do that right after I bought my house, like out of nowhere, bam. And in those times of struggling with small children, because Ian was 6 when I separated and filed for divorce, how did I make money? What can I do? And I thought about that scripture about, a Proverbs 3:1 woman, what does a virtuous woman do? She knows how to take her goods into the marketplace and bring back wealth for her family. I'm paraphrasing. Don't go trying to quote the scripture on me. And so I literally began to look around my house. What is it that I have? Like the scripture of the woman with they call the widow's mite. What does she have? The prophet asked her, "What do you have in your home? What do you have?" And all she had was a little oil and a vat, meaning a vase. And he said, go back in your home and pour that oil in the vase and keep pouring until you don't have any more. And so as the story says, when she goes to pour the oil, that she has to collect all these vases because the oil never ran out. And then she was able to take that oil into the marketplace and sell it. And where she thought that she and her son were going to die, God multiplied what she had and she was able to get wealth. There's a scripture in the Old Testament that says, I give you the ability to get wealth, God was saying to the Israelites. So what did I do? I looked around my house and I had all of these clothes that I was too small for. My son was constantly growing out of his clothes. My girls had so much stuff that they have never worn. And I just started taking it to the consignment shop. And every month, like clockwork, I would go just when I was at the breaking point. I think I've told this story before. She always had money for me. $20, $50, sometimes it was $100, but it always sold. And I've done that this whole time, consigning my clothes, or what do I have? A lot of times what I have is time. A lot of time what I have is my talent, my willingness to put my hand to the plow, doing the hard work, picking up something. I will help you. And that's worked out for me. It's been beneficial. And so I'm not afraid of hard work. I'm not afraid of doing the work for myself. That's what I have to offer. That's why sitting down and writing a book and sitting down and creating a website or doing the work behind the scenes. I don't always have to be out front. I don't mind doing the legwork to get a thing done. What do you have? What gift has God given you? A lot of times when I'm talking to students, I ask them, what is that talent that you have that you think really doesn't mean anything? I remember a student saying, I can cut in a straight line without without a ruler. How can that benefit you? How can you turn that into something? I know that sounds awkward to you, but I'm asking you, what can you do that you might not think is a big deal, but a business will find it as a benefit? It will be an asset to them. Maybe it's an asset to your family. What benefit do I bring to the company that I work for? I'm a problem solver. Show me a gap, I'll tell you how to fill it. If you listen or not is up to you, but most of the time I'm right. I can tell you, I can see what's coming. Yeah, this is what's about to happen. I'm not a soothsayer or a fortune teller in that sense. I can just tell you what direction things are going in. So what do you have? What can you do? Don't allow someone to tell you you can only be one thing. You're not just a classroom teacher. You're not just a bus driver. You're not just a mechanic. You may be multifaceted. So what? You are a shelf stocker and you can sing. Do both. So what? You're a dancer and a seamstress. Do both. And how can you put them together? Be everything that you can be. When I leave this earth, I just worked the funeral of an amazing person from my church last week, and it was sad, I just got the news that one of my good friends' grandmother passed away from COVID this morning. Sad. 2 more calls on my ministry line, people that passed away. When I die and you're at my wake and my funeral, remember this. My tombstone should read, she failed often. Not because I was a failure, because I'm already not that. Have you met me? But because I tried everything that this brain could think of. It's a whole lot of stuff. I think a lot of stuff. If you know me, you probably, a lot of ideas. But you will never be able to say I didn't try. You'll never be able to say I did not attempt it. You'll never be able to say I left it undone. You'll always you'll say, Wendy left it all on the table. She tried it all. My trainer will say in a minute to me, when I say I can do this, he said, you didn't even try. That's not going to be the case for me for 2022. If the ideas that I try fail, then they failed because I tried, not because I didn't. And a failure just means I just have to revamp, right? I have to look at it a different way, go back and restructure it, just like my life now. Somebody might call me a failure because I had 2 failed marriages. No, I'm just restructuring and redoing. I could have been a failure as a mother because I did things in front of them that I should not have done with relationships. I'm not a failure as a mother. No, I restructured. I went back, revamped my relationships with my children, and I'm doing them over again. Nothing beats a failure but a try. And as long as you try, you win. There's no failing, right? I'm going to try it all. I'm not subscribing to that. I have to be one thing. The only thing I have to do is be Wendy. I got to stay black and die too, right? That's the old adage, right? And pay taxes. I don't know about those student loans though, Joe. I don't know if you're going to get those. But the only thing I have to do is be authentically me, who God made me. Goofy, loving, genuine, honest, creative, and not afraid of hard work. That's who I am. Who are you in 2022? Who are you going to be? Remember, you have the right to make that decision. Whatever it is about you right now that you don't like, you got 360 something days to change it. You actually have the rest of your life. But why not start now? Today. Plan, think, strategize, and then work the plan. I'm about to start this 6-month strategy thing with Green Team. Oof. It's always something with that Cheyenne Green. But you know what? It always works. Strategy works. Planning works. Consistency works. Discipline, which I need to work on, works. What is it that you need to work on? Who are you? Who told you what you could be? I know I'm talking a long time. I'm just thinking about that scripture when God told Adam, who told you you were naked? Who told you that? Who told you you were exposed? Who told you you were fat, ugly, dumb, poor, broke, washed up, no good? Who said that? Because it's not true. The only person that can tell you who you are is you. Here's to 2022. Here's to the new you, the improved you, the next step you. Don't subscribe to that you only can be one thing. You can be everything that you want to be. You've just got to be willing to put the work in.